A pastor that cares about where you spend eternity
Yeah.
will not preach what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
Yeah.
Amen to that. That's what I'm shooting for. And people have walked out the church, they tell me I talk too much about sex or something, or divorce or whatever. I'm just trying to save souls, you know? I mean, and I don't get it. I mean, I have sat at district conferences and conventions. There's some pastor, some district official there. He's just sailing on about all the things pastors do wrong. And I'm a pastor, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm feeling it. And I'm wanting to sink under my chair, right? Because it sounds like he's talking to and condemning to me, condemning me. It's just like, oh my gosh. I mean, what should my response be? I'm never going back to a district convention again because I felt guilty after that sermon. No, of course not. When we love Jesus, we acknowledge the truth, even if it hurts, because the solution isn't to find someone who tells you what you want to hear. The solution is to know that you have been forgiven in Jesus Christ, and that is the point of it. And sometimes we need to hear that law, that condemnation, so that we understand and fully appreciate the gospel and the grace that has been given to us. And that's what I'm shooting for. So I'm sorry for all those people who only hear law, only hear condemnation, only, oh my gosh, I'm going to leave this church because they don't like my issues or whatever, and don't stick around to hear the other side. Because we don't solve our problems by ignoring them or trying to marginalize them or talking to our therapist. By the way, if you need a therapist, please see me first, because I want to hook you up with a Christian therapist, because I've lost people in this congregation because they went to whatever their COBRA plan was paying for them or whatever their work plan was paying for them, and complete atheists just running the Bible into the ground, and they lost their faith. And we need to be careful with these things. It's like finding a marital therapist.
Social worker and therapist, I fully and wholeheartedly support what you're saying.
And marriage counseling too. Excuse me. You want somebody who actually believes in marriage to be your marriage counselor, because if they don't, if they're not going to fight for your marriage, they're not going to teach you how to do so as well. So these are very important things. You got to look at the attitudes and the beliefs of the people who are working with you so closely. So